to stand before this wonderful audience to give the 303rd talk in the inaugural lecture series of the University of Benin. Thank you very much for granting me the approval to do so. I have waited patiently for this day. I earnestly believe timing is everything. For times and seasons, I am in the hand of God. Mr. Benthos, in his wisdom, God created them all. I've stated this somewhat before. Verse 24 and 25. I am presenting this inaugural lecture on living organisms, many of which are unknown to many. They are all driven for the stability of the water system and the well-being of humanity. Hence, the title has pointed out Mystery Benthos, Hidden Treasures of the Aquatic Ecosystem. The inaugural lecture is 15 from the Department of Animal and Environmental Biology. The 8 from my area of specialization, Hydrobiology unit, being delivered today by me. The first inaugural lecture in this department was given by Professor J.C.N. of blessed memory, who happened to be the first inaugural lecturer in the history of this great university of Benin 47 years ago. The lecture is divided into 3 parts: introduction, the main body of the lecture, including my contribution and conclusion. Introduction. In the beginning, man was created by God. Put him in a garden. He supplied the garden with a river out of Eden to make water available for man's sustenance, growth, and development. 8 to 10. Today, God has not left man without endowment of a natural heritage upon the earth, the aquatic environment, and all green. What is hydrobiology? Hydrobiology is the science of life and life processes in water. Much of modern hydrobiology can be viewed as a sub-discipline of ecology. But the sphere of hydrobiology is fishes, zoology, Benthos, taxonomy, economics, industrial biology, among others. The aquatic ecosystem is a whole for all kinds of organisms spread across different fauna groups. An aquatic ecosystem is a community of organisms that depend on each other and their environment. It is found in and around all water bodies, both fresh water and marine environment. Benthos region, which is the freshwater bed or seafloor, is well illustrated in the figure for the screen. What you see here, this is the Benthos region. This is the zone. This is where the whole story lies. This is where the food is prepared. From here, it is separated to all parts of the water environment. This is the place, what I can call the bottom part of all water bodies. The aquatic environment is the heritage of man, and it is literally the source of life on earth. It is the major constituent of the hydrosphere. Approximately 70.8% of the earth's surface covered with water, mainly in the form of ocean. The hydrosphere contains about 1,360 million cubic kilometers of water. Of this, about 97% is in the ocean and inland seas. About 2% of the water's resources are located in the glaciers and ice caps. So man is left with less than 1% of fresh water for consumption and other uses. The hydrosphere consists of two types of aquatic ecosystem, the freshwater and marine environment. The freshwater ecosystem, the part available for man's use. What you see here is the freshwater environment, and this is the marine ecosystem. Incidentally, organisms living within this zone cannot inhabit this environment. Classification of water bodies. There are four basic ways of classifying water systems. The first type of river classification is based on chemical analysis and is divided into four classes. The unpolluted water, which is clear and pure, slightly polluted, slightly oxygenated, and known to receive some pollution load. Then polluted water with substance believed to be at toxic concentration. Then grossly polluted water, offensive in smell, with toxic substances incapable of supporting aquatic life forms. The water environment has unique air conditions. What you see on the screen are water bodies with different hydrological characteristics and they present their unique aquatic organisms. This is the River, the coastal zone. This is Oba River, Benin. And you move on to River Oli and River Idiom, or in Edo within Aquatic wetland. Incidentally, this is the only stream very shallow below the knee. When you get here in the afternoon and evening, it's a beehive of activities where many come from surrounding villages to fresh water, for domestic use, to bath, to wash, to clean their vehicles, and clean their baths. This is in wet and wetland. Further classification of water bodies based on the use of biological indicators, meaning that the presence and frequency of organisms can give an idea of the level of pollution of the environment. Further, water can be based on the salinity content of the aquatic ecosystem, which actually divide water bodies into three groups: fresh water, brackish water, and marine environment. And lastly, classification based on conductivity, classifying water bodies into white water and clean water. I cannot go into this if they are in the book. What is missing Benthos? Missing Benthos, as the name implies, is a group of aquatic organisms which are hidden or living in secret places in the water system. They appear in different shapes, colors, and behavior. So innumerable they are: small and great, visible and invisible, cellular and chronic, and exhibit diverse movements in their environment and strange morphological structures. Too difficult to understand. This is the heading of taxonomies, including me. You can spend a whole day looking just at one organism, looking for the head, looking for the mouth, looking for the leg. So tell them, it's a task given to us, and we cannot shy away from it. They are all here in the waters for a terrible purpose, playing their role in nature. Overview of Benthology. Benthology is a branch of zoology in hydrobiology. Therefore, Benthology is a specialized scientific discipline that focuses on the study of organisms living at or near the bottom of aquatic environment. The term Benthos was coined by him in 1890 expanded to encompass the study of benthic life in various aquatic environments, not just the depth of the sea. Benthic organisms can be found in various aquatic settings, but cannot live in all types of aquatic ecosystems. There are those that are very sensitive to changes in the system, while others are tolerant or very tolerant to such conditions. Here you have this group of organisms. In clean water, especially at this level, there is in moderately polluted water. There is polluted water bodies, especially the niche lava. We have been talking so much about this, which is known as diphtheria lava or bloodworms, what we commonly call bloodworms. Then the leech and the aquatic ones. In short, when you go to Ipoba or River right now, you see the whole water body dotted red. What is that? These are bloodworms. They are there. Because most of the wastewater from Benin, they end up in Ipoba. There are those that are very, very to slight changes in aquatic ecosystem. A bucket divides benthic organisms or benthos as plants and animals which live on bottom sediments or are attracted to solid objects living on or non-living floating objects. Benthos are often referred to either as benthic invertebrates, what you refer to as a group, or benthic macroinvertebrates, also means certain tangential group, or benthic fauna, collectively a group of organisms, or macrofauna, also tangential, a group of organisms. So you can use this word even depending on what you as a researcher you are looking at. Benthos have evolved morphological adaptations that enable them to survive in the unique and challenging conditions of the diverse underwater habitat. These adaptations consist of well-developed physical characteristics and structures that enable these organisms to navigate, feed, reproduce, and protect themselves from predators. You can see the gentle organism in a burrow coming out to view its immediate environment. Is it safe or not safe? Any perturbation, any slightest disturbance, you see them withdraw. That's why they are secret organisms, hidden treasures. You see this one? It's inside an empty shell. You can hardly pinpoint where is the head and where is the legs. Coming out and going inside. That is why they are mystery vectors, hidden in secret places. You can also see the lobsters. Many of us are used to lobsters in our market. They are skilled at adapting to confined spaces or niches. Benthos is classified into 3 functional groups based on their sizes. Macro benthos, they are above 1 mm, bigger, you can view them with your eyes. Neo benthos, lesser than 1 mm or lesser, greater than 0.1 mm. Then micro benthos, these are the small topic benthos. They are far below 0.1 mm. Benthic organisms can be divided into 3 distinct unique communities based on the immediate substrate of their occupation. We have the infauna living inside the sediment, the benthic creature, hidden, living in tubes, living in prepared casks, while we have the epifauna attached to substances, attached to the sediment, the water body. Then we have the demasa, those commercial fishes that are over or the bottom of water bodies or visit at different times. They feed on the first types. You can see what you see here on the screen is seasonal migration of where are they migrating to the sea floor. To do what? To forage for benthos, their main source of food. Factors influencing benthos. Water bodies physical factors, color, depth, velocity of flow, chemical factors, inorganic and organic elements, biological interaction, predation, competition for food, for space and mate, human activities, and natural disaster. All these influence the composition, distribution, abundance, and diversity of organisms in the aquatic environment. One critical element or factor is hydrogen ion. It predicts the spatial and temporal distribution of aquatic organisms. It influences biological and chemical processes in organisms. It also influences solubility of oxygen in the water. Now look at this. Aquatic pH level. This figure shows the range of pH level as it affects all living organisms, including man. So pH level at which you as an individual, all other animals must oscillate. You cannot go below. If you go below, then there is already distress in that animal. If you go above, then there is already distress. So animals here have specific pH level at which you can function maximum. Humans, there are challenges faced by betting organisms due to human activities often pose serious threat to water system. This threat includes physical disturbances, domestic and commercial activities, increase in population, chemical pollution, habitat destruction, floating and rooted vegetation along the waterways, then natural disaster, climate change. Many of us are aware of what is happening to the child. Climate change is having a toll on our water bodies. They're flooding. Importance of benthic organisms. Benthos play vital roles in various ecological processes and function within aquatic ecosystems. Water nutrient cycle. They break down organic material, release nutrients, circulate them into the water body for other living organisms to utilize. Serve as critical food source, serve as indicator species and habitat creation. Legislation and regulation. The gradual degradation of the aquatic environment has over time elicited public concern for the effective management and regulation and protection of the environment. And the movement, various laws and regulations have been enacted to control pollution, maintain water quality, and ensure conservation of our water body. To protect and safeguard the quality of streams and air in Nigeria, the federal government, through the promulgation of Decree 58 in 1988, established the Federal Environmental Protection Agency, now Federal Ministry of Environment. Many of us can still recollect Cocoa episode of 1988, where toxic substances were dumped in cocoa waterways, and that steered to action to accommodate this very decree. Historical aspects of benthic studies in Nigeria. The uniqueness and diversity of benthic has attracted the interest of scientists globally since 1800, but started receiving gradual recognition in 1970s in Nigeria through the early works of people and academia in the country, which were partially devoted to benthic. The research works of Ekpape and Koye, Victor and Olomukoro and Victor actually created a pioneering work on benthic, which came up in the 80s and 90s, respectively. What you see on the board is known as Inaugural. It's used for sampling benthos from the depth of water body, including marine environment. That equipment was drawn with her by me some years back, where we had no equipment. I drew it to illustrate to students how we can operate this equipment. Because a student cannot graduate from the university, go outside the government and say, I have no head of Inaugural. It's not known. It cannot be held. So, the most important magical equipment for the whole of sediment, the The sediment hull is passed through this process to retrieve benthos from the trash and organic materials. My contributions. Madam Chancellor, I cannot start highlighting my contributions without mentioning those that have motivated and given me intensive training in my academic journey. They include Professor A.B.M. Boke and Professor Reginald Benthos, both of blessed memory, advised and PhD and MSc research respectively. Professor A.A. Adebisi of Department of Zoology, University of Ibadan, C.P. Bode of School of Biological Sciences, and Dr. Graham Tuyu, Teach Museum, London, who exposed me to the skill of benthos handling and identification. Parts of it, biodiversity, and taxonomy. Parts of it involves sampling aquatic life, focusing on any or all of the types of benthos in the aquatic community. The body structures of the organisms were examined and classified appropriately into groups. Every stream is my premier publication on benthos, titled The Distribution Relationship Between the Benthic Microinvertebrates, Fauna and Particulate Organic Matter in a Small Tropical Stream, Olomukoro and Victor, 1999. The study was conducted on the microfauna of a stream, a first order stream and tributary of River Igboba, Benin City. Erui community just a walking distance from Uluku Junction, and the community water for their domestic purpose. We decided to verify the quality of that water. Our finding revealed that chironomids, blood worms, and aquatic worms comprise 90% of the total fauna collected and exhibited negative correlation with particulate matter, while other groups show significant positive correlation with presence of organic matter in the aquatic environment. Time will fail to begin to explain further on this. Our findings suggest that the distribution of certain microinvertebrate groups is influenced by the availability of particular organic matter, the preference for specific microhabitat, indicate the ecological need requirement of different organisms in the stream. In the same stream, Olomukoro in the year 2000 identified a total of 39 microinvertebrate hazards, indicating diverse benthic community, diptera, chironomid, bloodworm, and marked again. A dominant taxonomic group constituting 45.09% of the benthic community. The study documented for the first time occurrence of special species, several species in Nigeria, including Eterina species, Domogombo species, Epigonoria species, Hesperidium species, and Janina species. This study contributes valuable baseline information for understanding the ecology and diversity of microfauna in the Erui stream, and in the future, research and conservation initiatives in the region. Warri River in Delta State. Warri River is a beauty commercial route, just like the River, Forcados River, Imo River, New Calabar River, and one of the most important coastal rivers of the Niger Delta region of Nigeria. It has enhanced the socio-economic life of the people in Delta State. In fact, Nigeria Port Authority is situated along the street. A total of 138 microinvertebrates comprising 5 groups were identified. The most dominant benthic groups were the crustaceans, shrimps, and crabs. Then the mayflies. Others appear as stray groups. 7 new organisms were recorded for the first time in Nigeria. They are Nejo Balogara, Nejo Benseka, Nejo Uboni, Nejo Obtuse, Rabotella Mulifera, Beni Bakutala, and Nejo. You can see when the advisor is come. These drawings in the 90s were drawn using camera microscope. Today, we don't have such microscope again. We need them for graduate research. We need them for undergraduate training. These are aquatic nematodes, pollution tolerant group in aquatic ecosystem. These are the living machines of the underwater bodies, breaking down any organic material for others to benefit from. These are also worms in the aquatic, also pollution tolerant group. You see them alive, but you have to do dissection of parts to be able to separate them apart. These are also aquatic worms common in brackish water or estuary. This is the common leech. These are leech pollution tolerant fishes in the traditional setting. It is believed when these organisms stitch to your leg and suck blood out of you, say bad blood is taken out of your body. Mayfly, pollution intolerant, they are present only in clean water body. You can see them, can see their gills for breathing. You have to do dissection. All these, they are gills. You can see them different like this from one group to another, and that shows the variation in these groups. These are also crustaceans. These are pollution intolerant group, commonly found in clean water. They construct different cases then for their dwelling. You can see the cases. See this one like a job. You can see the organism inside. You see this one like a basket. The organism is inside. You see this one like a trumpet. The organism is inside hiding. You see this one like a pipe. You see this one like a pipe. All these came out. Hence, we're able to travel, in the water body. Hence, they are mystery benthos, hidden creatures. Brown walls, pollution tolerant groups. Chironoids, brown walls, pollution tolerant groups. You can see that the Ovie, the crocodiles, the cosmopolitan, all these groups are found in Africa and beyond. And the women, there are about 80,000 distinct species of Diptera in world fauna. Interestingly, of this number, Afro-tropical region has over 16,318 species of Diptera, which is slightly higher than North America of 16,130. This is aquatic snakes with varying colors, delicacies in the Niger Delta. These are aquatic snakes with various spines and shapes, varying and delicacies in Niger Delta and different areas across the world. Beyond eating, the empty shells are used for construction of houses and roads in the river area. You can see this is periwinkle, the Panotonus for status, and the Panotonus for status. These are freshwater shrimp. The freshwater shrimp look exactly the same, but show more geographical variation in morphology. Niger Delta population differ from those in other parts of the country. They are commonly found among vegetation, survive roots of plants, in freshwater swamp, streams, backwater of rivers, throughout the Niger Delta. When you contact fishermen along the waterways and begin to discuss with them, they will tell you how you can track these species. Incidentally, this shrimp is what they say in market in bottles. And they call it crayfish. They are not crayfish. These are shrimps, the red ones that are not as sweet as these small ones. Those are crayfish. These are freshwater shrimps. Incidentally, they are very common in the coastal line of West African sub-region. Very common. And you can easily track them in a particular city. These are water mice, moderately pollution tolerant. These are water beetles, pollution intolerant. Now, three major groups were identified. You can see the whole of the Endo ecosystem divided into freshwater swamp, lowland rainforest, and the rice savanna. Canopies, detailed, blood was well represented and dominant in level of the water body out of 20 water bodies surveyed. In short, Okomu in the lowland forest had the highest population of this survey. You can see here, this is the freshwater swamp, the lowland, and the rice savanna. The population, their modern diversity, started decreasing till you get to Ovie and Inaugural in Ghana. Olomukoro and 2019 investigated the composition and abundance and distribution of Benthos migratory vertebrate communities, assessed the health status and spatial relationship of some selected regions in northern Nigeria. Our finding revealed again Cameroon bloodborne constitute 40.8% of all collections as the most dominant group as far as the Abuja territory. You can see here, this is the bloodborne with all the collections and the sharp difference with other representatives in the Aquatic. With the dominance of Cameroon in the water bodies, our findings indicated that most communities water quality belong to the very poor category, exceeding the stipulated benchmark. Wetlands in Niger Delta ecosystems. We also touch most of the wetlands, selected ones. The wetlands in Niger Delta region are the most important wetlands in Nigeria, largest in Africa and third largest in the world. Wetlands are areas where the soil is saturated or inundated temporarily or permanently with water for a period of time. Nigeria is richly endowed with abundant wetland ecosystems. Olomukoro and investigated the micro-invertebrate community of these water bodies in abundant wetland. From our findings, Ephemerotera, Mayfly, the dominant group, followed by Diptera, the bloodborne. These water in abundant wetland, where a woman and children were washing, shows that the water is clean because anywhere you find this water, this is obvious. It means as human, you can drink it. But we have drunk milk and not the water base, wine testing. Obazuma wetland is a sacred ground. They believe it has healing powers, which causes the inhabitant to worship the lake. It can only be visited with benefits. Permission must be sought from the elders of the community to conduct research in the wetland. In short, this community has boreholes constructed by government, but they prefer the wetland water than the borehole because they believe they get it in talking this water. Olomukoro and Ovie 2015 evaluated the Benthos migratory vertebrate structure, abundant distribution, diversity of Azua Lake in Benin. From the survey, we reported a total of 748 individuals comprising 46,000, 13 groups, and 25 families. The dominant group was Diptera, bloodborne, again constituting 64.77% of our collections. Udu wetland. We investigated the Benthos migratory community of Olomukoro River in Udu wetland. This is a unique wetland. Osunde and Olomukoro 2023. A total of 2,466 individuals were recorded. It's a delta crustacean constituted the dominant group, 36.29%, followed closely by water snails within the region. But the terra exhibited the highest species diversity among the groups. The study provides valuable insight into the Benthos migratory vertebrate community of Olomukoro, highlighting key species, diversity, and population dynamics. So on to say about Udu wetland. Precious endemic species abound in Udu wetland. I am not a body, but is in Udu wetland. You you. Marine environment, sea beds of hay. Today in Nigeria, oil companies are usually required to monitor the effects of their activities on marine environment. This is one of the unique experiences we have ever had in sailing through the waterways, so unique and frightening. This study was carried out to assess marine invertebrate species and abundance along a longitudinal basin around oil processing platform in the Gulf of Guinea. 36 data were identified, belonging to 3 main groups: restricted groups, and aquatic worms, crustaceans, and mollusca. Aquatic slaves in the marine seabed were the most abundant group, representing about 80% of the collected organisms. From the research, we observed that within a radius of 500 meters, the beds were dominated by opportunistic organisms and had very low diversity. Up to 2 kilometers stretch, diversity was lower than the long distance. The study confirmed that some sediment beds of the Gulf of Guinea could be impacted easily by human activity. You can see them, these are the ones. You can see this one in a case coming out at different times to feed. You can see this also with head, with sitting for feeding. You can see this one with head like boat. When the taxonomist is confronted with this, in short, you find yourself at sea. You begin to brainstorm what this could be. That is the dilemma of the systematics and taxonomists. Better sediment quality assessment. The quality of sediment has a direct or indirect impact on the functioning of an aquatic ecosystem. The many geographical properties and benefits of sediment determine its quality. Olomukoro and Ovie, 2009, studied the basic value sediment of aquatic data set. In short, a total of 1,155 individuals were collected. Mollusca group was the most dominant and constituted 92.51% density component, while others appeared in rare groups. Olomukoro and Inaugural 20 investigated the types and abundance of animal fauna in relation to physical and chemical properties of the bottom sediment of the river. Our findings showed that the terra, bloodworms, carolonge constituted the dominant fauna comprising 90.47% of observed attributes, while others remained as yellow. Benthos species had a single record and was recorded for the first time in Nigerian water bodies. Fauna density were highest during the dry season, indicating a seasonal difference on attribute occurrence. The conclusion is that all the organisms did not show any correlation with pH, conductivity, and percentage of organic material, with fauna density being marked only in the dry season period. Continuing monitoring and research to understand the dynamics of attribute communities in the river ecosystem. Olomukoro and Inaugural 2023 assessed the heavy metal contamination and sediment characteristics in Ozomu Lake. Ozomu is a sister community to Obazuwa Lake. The study determined concentration of various heavy metals in the sediment and implication in environmental health. The study utilized accumulation indices to assess pollution level of the water body. The dynamics and highlight the importance of sustainable management of this long-term health economic movement. Environmental risk assessment. This involves the determination of extent of damage done to the aquatic environment by industrial and domestic wastewater using the vacuum monitoring approach based on the laboratory. The number of research work were carried out, as you can see on the board, out in this area using locally available test organisms such as shrimp, fish, buffalo, and worms. Olomukoro 1998 examined effects of wastewater effect, freshwater shrimp, Carnitina africana, and we came out to find that the same finding revealed that toxicity was higher in receiving sweet water compared to sewage effect. Carnitina africana was the most sensitive species with mortality of even low concentration. Additionally, Carnitina africana appeared particularly sensitive indicators species. Olomukoro investigated the differential toxic response of Carolus travalesi to some industrial effects, brewery, bottling, company, and rubber effects. Our findings show that the concentration response revealed a progressive toxic effect on the test organism with increase in concentration. You can see here bottling, company effect higher, that's the dose response curve, higher than the brewery effect and the rubber effect. Bar accumulation of heavy metal. Olomukoro investigated the presence of heavy metal accumulation in periwinkle and blue cloud, Calinensis and Nicola, harvested from Ekman Creek, in Delta State. Our findings show that the dominance of iron over other metals in government organisms for 2 seasons, chromium and carbon level, the relatively stable throughout the period. We also investigated the impact of heavy metals in 2 freshwater developments, prawn and crab, to evaluate the toxin and human risk effect through the consumption of this freshwater development, Anani and Olomukoro 2018. You can see from our findings, heavy metal concentration, prawn, and the bigger fish, the red one. In this study, iron was highest in accumulation, while crab, zinc was high, while other declined as far as nickel and vanadium. Community service, environmental impact assessment, manufacturing. I have presented and explained in all applications the mystery Benthos as a treasure in the aquatic environment through the exposure and training received over the years. My knowledge of aquatic ecology has gained momentum in the environmental impact assessment practice and environmental consultancy projects in Niger Delta. To show the high of projects implemented for federal, state government, multinational oil and gas companies, and private environmental agencies. My environmental team in this gathering will indeed confirm that these unknown organisms have opened doors to us to eat from the web of the Benthos. These are some of the projects implemented for different organizations, bodies, and so forth. Challenges. Madam Vice Chancellor, it is by special grace of God we went through the waterways, increased and marine environment. We encounter life-threatening situations and challenges, which include environmental hazards. Hallelujah. Environmental hazards, civil and militancy, and community recommendation. I will at this point aside and put on record critical things that are required for the effective water quality research and sustainable environmental management in Nigeria. When next you see fish or that, don't forget Benthos. Conclusion finally, it is not possible to make any concrete decision in management and proper regulation of water freshwater bodies without a better understanding of the relative risk of human activities exposed to streams, river, wetland, and estuary and marine environment. Acknowledgement. First and foremost, I must acknowledge the Almighty God of His abundant grace and mercy to all. Inaugural, a great one. Professor Ovie of present memory, Professor Isel Wanza, and Professor in my academic career in this institution. With special gratitude, I must acknowledge our amiable and dynamic Vice Chancellor, Professor Mrs. Miriam Williams, who approved my nomination to deliver this lecture. Madam, I'm very grateful to you. My special thanks go to the entire management staff of the university. Special appreciation and acknowledgement. To my parents, my grandparents, who raised me up and made me to confront what happened is with my small canoe. I highly appreciate my HOD, my colleagues in the department, my team, my assistant team, my colleagues in Faculty of Life Sciences, and the entire university community. To all my Christian brethren, I highly appreciate you all for your support. I deeply appreciate your love for the Lord. In the vanguard of our God, finally, I want to especially thank my own immediate family, my children, who borrow them. And my wonderful wife.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for the lecture. Another round of applause for the Professor of Crayfish. Very wicked and aquatic worms. Shakespeare said, there is a time in the affairs of men, Julius Caesar. And when he spoke in tongues, I saw wife, professor, grinning from molar to molar. I'm sure the love for Prof will increase to 100% today. And being Prof spoke in tongues, I would want to imitate him. Yes, Boscalis Treminosa. Don't ask me what that means. Ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to just do a recap. Professor Olomukoro has shown us the awesomeness of aquatic ecosystem. Water covers 1% of the Earth's surface and comprises fresh and marine water bodies. He has told us that organisms that are collectively called Benthos live on or in sediments of water bodies. As he spoke, he reminded me of the lecture. I'm not too sure whether it was Professor Where would have taught me that in Zoo 101, Epifauna and Fauna. He tells us that these organisms play key roles in aquatic ecosystem. For example, they serve as indicators of water purity. They accelerate breakdown of organic matter, and they are a source of food for commercial fishes and other organisms. But Prof has frightened us by revealing that benthos like crabs, shrimps, periwinkles, and etc. may induce cancers because they harbor heavy metals and other chemicals. In spite of Professor Olomukoro and his co-workers I will always stop at Patani to buy pawns. Something must kill him out. But I've got cancer. I thought I was going to hear it now. The length, breadth, and depth of scientific investigations, ladies and gentlemen, are indeed unimaginable. Our distinguished inaugural lecturer has contributed immensely to the understanding of water bodies in Nigeria, particularly the Niger Delta. His studies have revealed the factors that influence the occurrence, abundance, distribution, and speciation of benthos. Permit me to quote Gracela Chichilensky, the Argentine-American mathematician economist, who wrote, "To survive, humans need food, water, and earth. Yet, biodiversity, the Earth's bodies of water, and the planet's atmosphere are all under threat. And we all have heard, water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink." Professor Olomukoro has therefore recommended good planning and proper regulation of our water bodies, freshwater bodies, so that the risk which human activities pose to streams, rivers, wetlands, estuaries, and marine environment can be minimized. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, let us accentuate and put a seal to his professorship with a thunderous round of applause.
Members of the inaugural lecture, please come off stage. Immediate family members, please come off stage. Olomukoro. That's our stage. We also welcome his son, Olomukoro. We also like to welcome very specially Professor Mrs. Rose Aziza, Mrs. Kate Jobi, Dr. Mrs. Efemena Owa, Biko Olomukoro. These are the sisters of our inaugural lecturer. Please put your hands together to celebrate them. We also welcome very warmly, we receive you, Mr. Edwin Olomukoro, Mr. Frank Olomukoro, Mr. Alfred Olomukoro, and Mr. Samson Olomukoro. These are the brothers of our inaugural lecturer. Please celebrate them. Thank you. We receive also very warmly Pastor Andrew Onofwevure and Engineer Goodhope Owa. These are the brothers-in-law of our inaugural lecturer. Please put your hands together for them. So his sister-in-law is in the house this evening. Put your hands together to receive Mrs. Favor Onofwevure. We welcome you. Thank you. We want to welcome very specially our former Vice Chancellor of Aquatic University, Professor Emeritus Andrew Olomukoro. Please put your hands together for him. We also welcome our own professor, the Vice Chancellor, University Okada, Professor Lawrence Ezimoye, and his wife, Professor Mrs. Mary Ezimoye. We also welcome a former INEC Commissioner, Barrister Mike Guinea. You're welcome, sir. We also like to welcome the immediate past librarian of our university, Professor Liu Kobasi. You're welcome, sir. We also welcome a former acting registrar of our university, Chief Mrs. Rosie Ebogo. We also welcome this evening another former acting registrar of this university, Mr. Klasin Engiato. We welcome you, Professor Omobolake Edema. Please put your hands together to celebrate her. We also welcome Professor Mrs. Francisca Faustina Idu. We welcome Professor Uwa and Josama. Please put your hands together. They are professors in the Faculty of Life Sciences. We also welcome Professor Patrick Odia. We welcome you, Director of Sports, Mr. Professor Elvis Agbolaho. Please put your hands together for him. We also welcome Professor Agnes Awarishoma. You're welcome, ma'am. We also welcome Professor Mrs. Esther Okobia. Professor P.R.O.C. We welcome you, sir. We also welcome Professor Johnny Rotimi. We also like to welcome Professor Mrs. Sylvia Ogwana. Please put your hands together for her. We also welcome our own Senior Deputy Registrar in charge of admissions, Mr. Sunday Obemudia. You're welcome, sir. We also welcome you, the Acting Director, Alumni Relations, Dr. Stevie Obeki. We welcome all scholars, students, invited guests, all family members and other members of the University of Benin community. And this is to say to you that this is how we'd like to conclude the 303rd inaugural lecture of the inaugural lecture series of the University of Benin. Please be upstanding as we take the Union Anthem, followed by the second stanza of the National Anthem.